Welcome back to Auskerry, a remote island in the North Sea. Auskerry is home to 600 rare breed sheep native to these Orkney Islands. Over thousands of years, they have adapted to life on the shore. Eating seaweed provides them with the nutrients they need to survive the harsh Scottish weather. Only 2 people live here, my parents, Simon and Teresa.
Just go gently. They're very, very easily cut, and if you cut them, it's a lot of work for me.
They've made a living here from the sheep for nearly half a century, but age and ill health have now made life here even tougher. So this year I took a sabbatical from my work as a TV reporter to come home to help. This series follows the ebb and flow of my 4 months on the island. This is On to Other News, episode 6. Since the 1970s, my parents have hand-cured sheepskin rugs.
Lovely colours in that.
Since Dad's diagnosis with Alzheimer's disease, Mum is now in charge of the whole process.
First wash, which gets out a lot of the dirt, but still a lot to be cleaned. As you can see. It is really sad that the product range is going to have to do. I mean, we're going to have to stop doing sheepskins. Maybe not. It won't be next year. We'll still have some next year, but I think that might be the last year we have the big sheepskins. I just can't do all the curing anymore out here. It's too much. It's very, very hard work, and it needs a lot of water, and which means I can only do it in the colder months. I can't do it in really May, June, July, because we just don't have enough rain, enough storage. And then Simon's been doing a lot of the finishing. He used to do all the curing. Now he can't really even do that. So I'm doing it all myself, and I can't manage it all. So the skins, unfortunately, is going to have to stop, which is very sad. I look at some of the ones we've produced this time and I'm feeling sad about not doing any more, but again, it's just another letting go that I've got to do. So, but I am going to keep on with the wool, and I'm going to go on developing the dyeing side into other products. It's a question of working out what's the best use of my time, along with what Simon can manage and how I can involve him still.
How do you feel about doing this again, Dad?
It seems alright. I prefer not to do it in the bright sunshine, so that's why I'm standing in the shadow.
We didn't really do wool in the beginning because we used to sell the wool to the wool marketing board, but then the wool marketing board decided, in their wisdom, they didn't want any coloured wool, so they weren't going to pay any money for it, or so little that it was going to cost us to ship it. So we started looking for markets elsewhere, and eventually came to the conclusion that we should just process our own wool, and that's what we do now.
Do we have a count of how many bags have we got now, and then we'll stick to it?
It's a busy morning in Auskerry as we pack up our stock to head into Kirkwall, the nearest town, for the annual County Agricultural Show.
No, I'll remember that.
Will you?
Yeah.
God, you're good.
Right. 1, 2, 3. One more.
This year, that means leaving family friend Mira here to look after the island while we're away.
How do you feel about being here on your own then for a week?
I'm really excited. It's such an incredible place and there is so much to do. There's so much to see, so many places to sit and watch and wildlife to spot and listen to. It's one of my favourite places to be, so I'm really excited. I think the evenings will be lonely, especially because we have such fun when there's people here playing cards and having chats, listening to music. So I think the evenings will be a little bit lonely. It's not the first time I'm doing it, so I've had a little bit of practice in terms of understanding all of the systems of the power and the energy and the fire and the water, how everything works. So I'm feeling quite confident.
Well, the county show is always a lovely showcase, mostly to the Orkney population, but also to tourists too.
In her other workshop in Kirkwall, Mum is working on the final bits of preparation ahead of the show.
And it gives us a chance to meet a lot of our customers, and a lot of people keep coming back year after year, or have seen our products in former years and have thought to themselves, next year I'm going to go along and I'm going to buy one of their sheepskins, or I'm going to get some more of that wool for knitting. And that's the exciting part, when people come back again and again. Often people who only come up to the show from other parts of Scotland, but they come up every year to the show and they seek us out, which is great. But I am nearly ready.
She's labelling the yarn made from our wool. It's washed in England and then spun in Scotland at a heritage mill.
I've just got the sheepskins to get packed up, and then all the bits and pieces we need for display, which I won't really be sure about until I've seen the size of the tent.
It's showtime. The county show is one of the biggest days in the calendar, and the weather this year is unbelievably good. You may recognise some friends from episode 4, when several members of the Kirkwall City Pipe Band came to compete in Auskerry. With their music, coupled with tractors, farm animals and quad bikes, my nephew Jack is well occupied. Meanwhile, my brilliant sister-in-law Lizzie and Mum Teresa get our tent ready before the gates are opened.
Have we used this? Are we going to use this again in a minute? We might want to use it.
Let's leave it out just in case.
Just go the amount of groups on the desk. So I think this needs to go in there, Lizzie, because we don't need all of this now, do we?
No. We'll need the sellotape. We're going to. Well, do we need scissors as well?
Yeah, we'll leave those two out, and I'll put that in there, and I'll put those in there for now. So I have to get a lot of stock ready because we do sell a lot at the show. We have a tent and we're in the Orkney village, so we're quite high profile. We get a lot of visitors to the tent. Quite a lot of them are friends who come to chat. It's not always so easy to chat when you're trying to manage the stock selling, but it's nice to be busy. It's always lovely to be busy. It's huge, isn't it?
A big tractor.
It's a big tractor. Amy's shown you lots of big tractors already.
Yeah.
Has he?
Kirkwall is one of the most vibrant communities in the British Isles, and the county show is an important part of that, bringing thousands of tourists and locals together for for a day of great food, local produce, entertainment and competitions.
So I'm always trying to prepare a lot of hand-dyed wool and sheepskins just before the show, and other products as well, like kits, so that when I get there I don't run out of anything. The worst thing would be to run out before the end of the show.
After 9 hours of selling products and seeing friends, it's nearly time to pack up.
How's that been for a day then?
It's been brilliant. It's been lovely seeing loads of old friends and customers that we've had before and who come back year after year, and it's also been fantastic weather-wise, and all that's come together to produce quite good sales, I think. I haven't added it up yet. And very productive day, very happy day. Good family day as well. It's just lovely seeing everybody out in the field, looking around and enjoying all the things that are going on and seeing all the animals. It's been lovely. All the effort that goes into it, and all the people who come here the night before setting up, and all the organisation that's involved, and then it's just one day and everyone's packing up again and going away, and you think, really, did all of that happen? All those people here, thousands of people here, and all this work and effort, but everyone looks happy, everyone's enjoyed the day, everyone's had a successful day that I've heard of. Looks like record sales again, and you know, that's great for the Orkney community, it's great for business in Orkney, it's just good all round for the community joining together and seeing each other.
You think you've sat in 1, 2, 3? How many? Loads of tractors.
And then, just like that, the busyness of the show is gone and Bignell Park returns to its original state, a place I used to play football as a kid. Everyone is tired, some more than others, but there's a great sense of satisfaction at the end of a good county show after all the hard work on the farm in preparation gets rewarded with a perfect day of weather and good sales. Now it's time for a takeaway in Kirkwall, which is a novelty because it's not possible when we're on Auskerry. That's just about it for this edition of On to Other News. Thanks so much for watching. I've loved seeing all your comments on the series so far, so please keep them coming. Next time, we head back to the island to catch up with the farm jobs, and I'll show you how we live as self-sufficiently as possible off-grid.
We used to have a lot more tins of baked beans and tuna and corned beef and things. Now we don't really have so much of that. We do have some Frey bento steak and kidney pie still because that's our takeaway.
The final word, though, has to be Jack's.
Bye-bye.
Who are you bye-bying? You getting rid of Hamish?